We are back because my stream just fucking crashed. Integral. Watch the other fucking stream. If you want context. So 2z equals 6 minus y. Well, y then must equal 6 minus 2z. Yeah, we do have to split it into two integrals. Damn it. How do we describe y then? You know, if we just Santa baby. So y equals plus or minus that. And then we're doing from z equals 0 to z 3 minus 3 over 4. 6 minus 3 halves, that's 12 minus 3 divided by, okay, so that's 9/4. So z equals 9/4. And then -2, that's just 4. Man, this is tricky, dude. Having something that you can just bound on two sides with, like, that's difficult. The fuck is dy? Or the fucker is y bounded by? What's the greatest y can be? I mean, here I guess we're only going to 3 halves, so damn. Matter of fact, let me try something new. Let's just try dz dy dx. Actually, no, let's try dx dz dy. This is one that he actually likes a lot. So xy, then x is negative z squared minus y squared, and then z squared minus y squared. Another integral. Z has to be between 0 and 3 minus y over 2. 6 minus y over 2. And then y has to be between I'm pretty sure it's negative 2 and 3 halves. Am I right or am I right? Now let's try to somewhat draw this out. Big line for a big drawing. X, Y, Z. Okay, so 3 minus y over 2, and then we have that. And then hell yeah. I mean, not actually as hell yeah as I would have hoped, but still fire nonetheless. What the fuck? So this is what we got. So this is x. It has to be in between z squared minus y squared. Which it is. I don't think there's ever a point where it deviates from that. So we're good there. Now z has to be in between 0 and 6 minus y over 2. Now, we could have broken this into 2 different parts where we had it z is in between 9/4 or 0 and 9/4, and then we integrate y with respect to some function. Honestly, dude, yeah, let's just see. What the hell is it? Okay, so we are doing dz, dy, and dx. Okay. I mean, I feel like mine also would have worked. It's okay, I guess. It's alright. dz, dy, and dx. It's okay. It's only one integral. Let's try and figure out what that is. Because I didn't look at it long enough to see what's up. What is that? dz, dy, dx? Well. Okay. So if we're looking at it from the side, z has to be bigger than r, right? What is that? X, y? Yeah. So r is the square root of x squared plus y squared. I should have led with that. X squared plus y squared. Can't be bigger than 6 minus y over 2. Actually, was that it? 3 minus y. Yeah. Now, we have z. What does y have to be in between? Okay. Fuck. So we need y solely in terms of x, and that's 100% doable because we have, 6 minus y over 2. That equals y. Also equals. This is definitely tricky for sure. So it is 6 minus y squared. We have squared. We have 36 minus 12y plus y squared all over 4. 36 divided by 2 is 18. Divided by 2 again is 9. So we have 9 minus 12y divided by 4. That's 3y plus y squared. And see, that doesn't. I hope that didn't cause a nosebleed. We'll see though. That equals z, or that's where z technically meets. So y squared minus 3y plus 9. So that's 1.5, and that's 2.25. 3 halves, that's 9/4. Plus 9/4, 9, 18, 27, 36. Plus, what is 36 minus 9? 27. Plus 27/4. fourths. So if we wanted to take the square root of that, that would be 3 squared times 3. So it would just be 3 times the square root of 3 over 2. So let's do y minus 3 over 2 squared. Plus 27 fourths equals x squared plus y squared. Technically, I don't know. This is stupid. Why am I doing this? This is just what we had earlier, like actually going in circles. X squared plus y squared. So if we take out the y's, want to find out when they are equal. How do we get rid of this one y, though, you may ask? The answer is we actually don't. So we have 9 minus x squared equals 3y. That feels wrong. What the hell? When do they actually meet, though? Like, that's wrong too. Ain't it? Ain't it? We're just finding out where y stops and starts. So we're assuming x equals 0, right? I'm pretty sure this is just what we found before. So if x equals 0, we have a 6 minus y over 2 equals... I mean, technically that's the absolute value, so... plus or minus y squared. So yeah, this just delivers us y, I'm pretty sure. 6 minus y over 2 equals y. So 6 minus y equals 2y. 6 equals 3y. What? 2y plus y equals 3y. Yeah. And then we have 2 equals y. But we also have 6 minus y equals negative 2y. And then adding that would mean 6 equals y. What? Oh, wait, no, because it's absolute value. So if we do 6 plus y, that'd be the equivalent of 6 minus negative y. Yeah. What am I doing, bro? Actually, like, what? What? Like, what the fuck? How did I get rid of that square root there? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Three halves. What? And 1/2 of y equals 1. Let's do both negatives. No, there's no way that's possible. Just try this negative y. Negative y equals what? What is it equal, gang? It's like, yeah, like actually, like what the fuck is going on? Okay, so I'm just doing this. I'm doing this a different way now. So we have two equations. We have this is the this is the y axis, this is the z axis. So this is z equals 3 minus y over 2. I'm just going to rewrite that as 6 minus y 2. And then this is just the absolute value of y. So we need to figure out when they equal to each other. 6 minus y over 2 equals absolute value of y. Oh my god. Actually so dumb. Y, so plus or minus 6 minus y equals 2y. So if we say negative 6 plus y equals 2y, then we have 3y equals negative 6. Negative 6 equals 3y, such that negative 2 equals y. Or we could have positive 6 minus y equals 2y. And in this scenario, you just have 6 equals 3y. What? 6 plus y. Oh. Forgot to subtract. So negative 6 equals y. And then what's the other one? Dude, fuck. I don't get it. What am I doing? What am I doing incorrectly? Oh, God. I need to describe y in terms of x. So if x equals z squared minus y squared, then z equals 3 minus y over 2 squared. That is 9 minus plus y squared over 4. So that's one thing that's equal to z squared. And then, so we have that minus y squared. Right? Right. I don't know what the fuck that is. That's 4y squared over 4. So, minus 4y squared would be that's it, bro. It's like that's gotta equal x. What the hell? How? Why? I don't get it. I actually do not fucking get it. How is that how y is bounded? Yeah, y equals 6, z equals 0. Oh, we need to describe we need to describe y in terms of x. Okay. Y in terms of x. Yeah, I got nothing. I don't know. Radius of the circle. What is the radius of the circle? Bro, this is like difficult. I'm gonna stop being a fucking retard and let me scroll now. Thank you, dickhead. What do we do? Z equals 6 minus y over 2. The fuck is that radius of the circle then? It's literally just growing with x and with y. Like the radius, for y equals 0 is x at any given. You know what I mean? Just the absolute value all around. So at its absolute greatest, yeah, dude. I don't know. Get upstairs, chant like a vandal, dance. I don't know. What's Z at its greatest point? pretty sure it's -2. I don't get it. Y squared minus 4y minus 12. So I was on the right fucking track. This is what pisses me off. This is what bugs me. I'm completely restarting. We're just gonna start with the new, fresh one. X, Y, D, Z, D, Y, D, X, Z equals X squared plus Y squared. Z equals 6 minus 2 over Y, and then Z is greater than or equal to 0. I'm just gonna say those are the bounds. It's bugging, bugging me. Fuck, I don't know. It's a cone, so we can start by bounding Z. Z is obviously in between X squared plus Y squared, and then 6 minus Y over 2. And then we're going to call this Y1, Y2, and then X1, X2 to save on space. Yes? Yeah. Chicken nuggets. I had 4 plus 3 plus 3, 6. I had 10. Yeah, fix the burger. All right. We have to describe y in terms of x. That much I know. And if we have a cone, a conic shape, we have two equations. We can definitely do that. If we square one of them, x squared plus y squared equals 6 minus 2 over y squared. I'm just going to write that as 3 minus y over 2 squared, which also equals 9. And then this is what I think I did wrong the entire time. It's 2 times that. 2 times whatever this is. So that's 9. I'm pretty sure just minus y. Minus y. plus y squared over 4x squared plus y squared. So if we subtract that, we have x squared equals 9 minus y minus 3/4 y squared. What? We can solve this. Just realized. So if we multiply everything by 4/3, that's 4/3 x squared equals 12 minus 4/3 y squared minus y squared. If we move that over, we have, take that bitch out. Move that over, we have if we move that over, we have y squared plus 4/3 y minus 12 equals, I'm just going to do, what is half of this? What's half of 4/3? That's 4/6. Square that, that's 16/36. Equals 12 plus 16/36, and then we do minus 4/3 x squared. I'm gonna keep it a buck. 4/6 is 2/3. I don't know, bruh. I don't know. I could have just taken that. Instead of doing this bullshit, that's just, we can just write 4/9, because it's half of 4, and then that's it's just more simplified that way. It's not really like a huge change. Where did I go wrong, dude? I know I must have done something in there. Something retarded. Something dumb. Gotta look. I have to. It's like an addiction. 1/4 y squared. Where's the minus 3y? Oh my god, it's AB. It's AB. It's AB. That's just 2. And then this isn't 4/9. This is 4. And that's why the other one was 16 on there. Damn it. This is like, this is a problem, dude. Like, actually, like, this is like this is an issue. Literally, this is a huge issue. 3y times 4/3 is just 4y. 3y. That's not 16. I forgot to put fucking 4 there. And then that 2 looks like a square, so I'm going to bring that bitch down. Fortunately, we're not tetrating y. Yeah. Bro, that shit grows so quickly. Yeah. 12 plus 4. 16 minus 4/3 x squared. That'd be 2 over square root 3. And then that's y equals -2 plus or minus root 16 minus 4/3 x squared. Now technically you could bring out the 4. Right, you could. If we divided both of those by 4, then it'd be 2 root 4. Is that what they have on there? No, actually they don't. Interesting. Okay, so I'm just going to write -2, and then I'm going to write 1 plus or minus root 4 minus x squared over 3. It's always nice to factor, right? Just a little, right? Just wanna do your part. Human decency or something. I don't really know. Yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh. Yeah. You alright? Yeah, I'm alright. Yeah, my money's right. She told me about my heart in the back, and nobody gets hurt. Now I'm running from your love. I'm not fast, so I'm making it worse. Now I'm digging up a grave for my past. I'm a whole different person. It's a gift and a curse, but I gotta reverse it. I know her man gonna be mad as fuck that she posting like bikini shit on her story. What am I doing? Bro, why are so many people sharing my shit? Like, you know, a few of my posts are at like 1 share, that's alright. My Hawaii post where I have like my favorite selfie of all time, by the way. It's at like, what is that, 5 shares? Yeah. And then my music is at like 8. I don't really know why. My most recent post, which is just a bunch of photography, like this is night photography, by the way, really cool looking. That's at 9 shares. My other music post is at 12 shares, but they're all getting the same amount of likes. So I'm not really sure, like, who is sharing my shit. Like that's like the question for the ages, dog. So yeah. I'm gonna put minus and then plus, so that's y1 y2 equals that, and then x1 x2, it's symmetrical about the YZ plane. This like cone shape shit, like it's symmetrical about the YZ plane. So whatever the negative x bound is, the positive x bound is also going to be that. So 3 minus 0y. I don't even know what I was going to say. Oh, yeah. 3 minus... Pick my fucking lip. 3 minus 0y is 3. Surprise, surprise. If you have 3 and you don't take anything away, you have 3. So, y is equal to 3. Right? At y's greatest. And if y equals 0, x's greatest is also 3. Fairly sure that's how it works. Right? Yeah, dude. Okay. So we essentially just need to find out. Damn. Why she's so demonic? She Medusa will Pocahontas. She been lacing on my drawers or something. 'Cause every time that we're together, I'm unconscious. Hold up, let me be honest. I know I start with the perks in my chronic. I love Wasted. That's such a good ass fucking song. I don't even know how she got the X bounds. X, what is that? How did you get that? How do we know that that is the intersection with the XY plane though? Like that part doesn't make sense to me. Okay. This isn't making sense, but we have an equation relating x and y. So let's just let y equal 0. So we have 2 equals plus or minus. Actually, it's the square root of something. We have 4 equals 16 minus 4/3 x squared. So if we divide all that shit by 4, we have 1 equals 4 minus 1/3 x squared. So let's subtract 1/3 My fuck ass webcam's in the way. And that is 1000% my fault. 1/3 go fucking whatever. 1/3 x squared equals 3. X squared equals 9. X equals 3. No. No, see, but that just... I don't know. This is tricky. If you look at it from the side, right, that's, you know, this is z, this is positive x, and then we have the fucking cone in the middle. This is y, or this is z equals 3. This is the absolute value of x. This makes sense right here. Like this actually does in fact make a lot of sense. I just don't know. Because if x equals 3 and we need z to equal 3, right? But fuck. It's like, how do you get that as the intersection of the cone? Right, like that doesn't... I'm not seeing it, bro. I don't even know where the fuck it is on this paper. Oh, down here, equation of an ellipse. Well, I'm just looking at this, and I guess this is how ellipses work. Given that it's in the form y plus h in parentheses squared over some b squared plus x squared, or no, x minus k in parentheses squared over a squared. The square root of a is technically a bound because both of those added together, both of those two terms added together have to equal 1. So if y equals -2 or whatever, that's when x is going to be at its both biggest and smallest. Like that's when its absolute extrema are going to occur. And it's the
absolute extrema divided by, it has to be the absolute extrema to equal 1 because we're adding 0 because y is 0. Yeah, that actually makes complete sense. What the fuck? Okay. Okay. Dude, where the fuck is my pen? Oh. Damn, bro. Like, I know the shit about how ellipses work now, but I've completely forgot how to apply that to this. I guess we just find out where it fucking intersects, so we know y's center is at -2. I mean, this just fucking shows it, right? So we have y minus 2 squared over some bullshit. What's the biggest value y can be? 2 is important in there, so it probably extends out like 4 or something. Yeah, if we plug in y minus 2, 6. What? 6 plus 2 is 8 over 2 is 4, and then the square root of that is 2. So yeah, the radius fuck. What was I gonna say? The radius, I believe this is IDK, bruh. It has to extend out. Damn. Yeah, because z equals the radius. So if z equals 4, then the radius, the biggest... y has to extend out to be 4. Or no, 16. No, it extends out to be 4, but we put 16 in here. What the fuck is x? I don't know. I don't know. I guess we're assuming, if we're assuming x equals 0 and y, according to this, is centered at -2. And if we're assuming x is 0, if we add 2, aka subtract -2, I should have said that in the opposite direction that I did. If you subtract -2, aka add 2, we get 8, and then this should be flipped. This shouldn't even be like that. I wrote that wrong in the beginning. So that's 8 over 2. So then z equals 4. We're assuming x equals 0. Z, when it's fully dependent on y, is 4.
at its biggest. Okay, so that's how we get that. So yeah, let's just do 16 equals. How do you figure this shit out? 9 minus 3 times 4, that's 12. 9 minus 4 minus... If you plug in -2 for y, and then z equals 4, for I don't even feel satisfied by that. Like, that was just so horrendous. You know what I mean?